My name is Anudip. Developer tools. Every web developer should know about developer tools. Developer tools, as the word says, are tools meant for developers. But hey, that includes a lot of things like IDEs, text editors, and so on. But what we are talking about today is a little different. So let's find out what actually developer tools is. Developer tools is a set of tools built into your standard browser that helps you in editing and debugging your pages, editing some code on the fly, and diagnosing problems, which ultimately helps you to build better websites faster. As I said, DevTools is not something that you use to create pages. It's not a development environment. So why we as developers should use DevTools? So here are some uses. In fact, the main uses of DevTools that comes along with browsers. Number one is tweaking the interface of a website or web application. Tweaking means doing little changes, making small changes on the fly, which includes viewing and changing the DOM, that is the current structure of the web page, and viewing and changing the CSS, that is the current style of the web page. Second, debugging JavaScript. JavaScript is the programming language of browser. You use JavaScript to create all kinds of dynamic stuff in your web page. Later in our course, we will also be learning about it. So suppose you have created a program in JavaScript that you are using inside your web page, and something wrong happens with that. There is a bug, there is an error, and you want to correct that. You want to see where my problem actually is. You want to analyze things. What you do, you go to the DevTools and you debug your program there. That means you analyze it there and make it error-free. Then, the third use of DevTools is viewing a page's source code. Now, suppose I have made a website and you want to see how I have made that website. What you do is you go to the DevTools, you go to my website, open up the DevTools, and there you can see all of the code that I have written to make my website. From there, you may view it, you may copy it, you may modify it and use it for your own website. This contributes to the open nature of the web. Number four is monitoring website performance and optimizing its speed. Bandwidth is costly and speed is important. If your website takes a lot of time in loading, then it's a bad thing. Nobody wants a slow website and nobody wants a lot of internet to be consumed because internet is costly and let's take an example. If your website uses an image that is of 3 MBs, so every time your website is loaded, it consumes that 3 MBs of data. That's not good. But you do not know what's slowing down your website. Developer Tools helps you in finding that out. You go to the DevTools and you get to know that, okay, such and such resource is slowing down my website. Now quickly, we have a view of the developer tools as seen in Chrome, the above picture, and below is the developer tools of Firefox, albeit in dark theme. How to open DevTools. The easiest method is anywhere on your web page, click right, and then you can click on the inspect option to open up developer tools. The second method is using shortcuts, which is Ctrl+Shift+I on Windows and Command-Option-I on Mac. The DevTools has a number of panels, each specialized for a different function. The main ones are the Elements panel as seen in Chrome, or the same thing is called Inspector panel in Firefox. Console, Sources/Debugger in Chrome and Firefox respectively. Performance panel, Memory panel, Storage, and Application panel. So we'll quickly be seeing the first three. This is the Elements panel. So whenever you open the DevTools, then by default what opens up is the elements panel. On the left side is the HTML structure, the HTML that is being currently displayed for your web page. On the top right is the styles panel, the styles that are set for the particular element that you have selected. And the third thing is a very interesting thing that's called the box model. Everything inside HTML is in the form of some box, basically a rectangle. So whatever border, padding, or things like that, you have margins, you have applied, you can check it in the box model. That's it. Next slide, sir. Now we move on to the console panel. This is the JavaScript console. If you want to key in some JavaScript commands on the fly, like you want to, let me give you an example. Like you all refresh your pages, when you visit a website, you want to refresh your pages. That same kind of functionality you can achieve using JavaScript. There is a command, so you can type that here and do it. Or any other thing, manipulating the DOM, changing things, and doing something on the fly. Using JavaScript, if you wanted to, you can do it here. Next slide. This is the sources or the debugger panel. This is where you will find the source code. If you want to see the source code of my website, of my code, if you want to see, you can come on this panel and view it from here. It also incorporates the debug, which will help you in finding the bugs in your code used for making your website. And this is the code viewer. This is the area where your code will be displayed. Thank you.